part 3 of why I hate Christianity. There's so much going wrong in that religion. As far as I'm concerned, that religion can like die off or just go in a fire and die as a religion, which means that with no one, you know, taking Christianity seriously anymore, would be safe to say that the copyrights of a religious text, especially a 2000 Abrahamic monotheistic text, will lose the copyrights based on people not, you know, being a part of it no more. Which means that the Bible will be in the public domain because it'll take a rough draft about like a good 90 years of it being, put in the public domain because frankly people don't want to abide by the Bible, especially the World English Bible or the King James Version Bible or any Christian Bible for that matter. Meaning the steady decline of the Christian faith is gonna skyrocket. The decline of Christians being a part of it will skyrocket from like 1 million or 2 million members down to only 500 members. Thusly, Christianity will lose so much ground than what they, used to have. I mean, America is pretty much a religious, diverse country. Though my aunt don't want to admit it, Christianity is dying off anyways. And the Bible is going to be like nothing but Abrahamic mythology, where it'll end up falling into obscurity and become a generic book. I mean, it's already becoming a generic book right now. With the way the thing's been going for it, it's been like losing so much ground. And my religion is coming back, just like all the other religions that were disrespected by Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. Like, people have no idea how Christianity is struggling right now. Next thing, the next religion that is on the chopping block is Islam. And the last of the Abrahamic religions is going to be it's going to be Judaism. It's going to be the third in line on the chopping block. Christians are culturally insensitive. Islamists are murderous, threatful assholes, and Jews are particularly greedy. So clip the culturally insensitive assholes, and you'd get to tackling the murderous assholes that follow Islam. Clip that bird, and then you have the Jews, and clip that bird as well. Clip the wings off of all three birds. All three birds will go down. The membership of all three religions will be 500 members strong. Christianity and Islam will be falling harder into obscurity, and more polytheistic religions will come about. But crimes that Christianity has been guilty of is lying about other gods being false gods and shit. Lying about the end time prophecy, that was not even in the Abrahamic religions at all. The Abrahamic religions did not have an end time prophecy until they started illegally stealing end time prophecies from polytheistic religions such as Vikingism, or what people like to call Norse paganism, Greece, or the Greek religion, or Hellenism, and Furryism, which is tied to the Egyptians, Chinese mythology, Japanese mythology, Korean mythology. What else? Celtic mythology, Slavic mythology, Voodoo mythology, or Haitian mythology, and Icelandic mythology. What else? Mongolian mythology, Aztecan mythology, Incan mythology, Mayan mythology. All polytheistic mythologies had copyrighted, trademarked, and had the intellectual copyrights and trademarks on the end time prophecies of their religions. But the Abrahamic religion wound up going and trying to forcefully trumping all those other much older religions. And let's not forget the Mesopotamian mythology. But all of the end time prophecies in the Judgment Day and Armageddon were stolen, illegally stolen by Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. Now, Buddhism never taught that, because the Buddha didn't want to worry the people. And yes, Buddhist monks don't believe in the end time prophecies either. Now, Christianity has been guilty of illegally stealing end time prophecies from polytheistic religions, and has been mostly the only religion, the only Abrahamic religion that has illegally stolen end time prophecies from genuine polytheistic religions. Now, since I've left Christianity and I've left the Abrahamic faith, I no longer look at the Bible as a genuine religious text or a religious book. I look at it like I look at all of my other books on my shelf as nothing but a fiction, nothing but a leatherback floppy novel book with no truth to it whatsoever. Because the Bible is so full of shit that it doesn't properly pay respects to the Greek gods instead of blaspheming against the Greek gods by calling the Greek gods the wrong names, or assuming that they were mere mortals, like prolific mere mortals that traveled to Greece, which is very disrespectful to my culture of Greece, given that I am a Cypriot Greek and not a native Canadian, like I thought for many years. It was brought to my attention that the Abrahamic religions were the ones that stole so much throughout the world. Hell was not a place of punishment. Hell was actually a Norse goddess of the underworld, but with an extra L. And, well, the name Hell actually came from the Vikingism religion or Norse paganism, which in turns that the Norse paganism had Hell as a goddess of the underworld. And if I'm not mistaken, Hell, the Norse goddess Hel, short for Helheim, was actually a friendly goddess. Very inviting. And when she invited Balder into her domain, she wasn't mean or vicious, but the whole character of Satan was not even originated from the Christian Bible or originated from Christianity. Satan was actually Hades himself from said so-called Greek mythology, but was red-skinned, demon horns, and a triangle-tipped tail, hoofs, hairy legs and pelvis. The image of Pan came to mind. And the pitchfork was actually the trident that was attributed to Poseidon. They wound up taking the color of red from Tartarus himself, because he was said to be a red deity, a red primordial deity in said Greek mythology, and ascribing the red skin to Pan and making Pan so evil and attributing the underworld and Tartarus as hell, and attributing the ruler of the infernal region of the underworld to Pan, making him evil, carrying Poseidon's pitchfork, Poseidon's trident, and renaming it the pitchfork. And the yellow eyes ascribed to Pan, to Hades himself. And the three-headed hellhound was, necessarily an evil companion to Hades, but was ascribed to Satan. Satan is actually Hades, but was replaced by Pan wielding the trident of Poseidon and ruling over the infernal region of the underworld and stealing concepts of deities and mythological figures of divine origin, as where Jesus was not the Lord and Savior. Jesus had more to do with water, walking on water, than he ever had with being a Savior. Now, Jesus fulfilled the Poseidon role, as where Satan fulfilled the Hades role, and as where Yahweh, the Christian God of the Bible, fulfilled the role of Thunder God, Thunder and Sky God, as he was the Zeus of that religion. As Yahweh, the Christian God, was the Zeus of the Bible. And where Mary Magdalene was more kindred to being like Demeter and the so-called Virgin Mary was more like Hera of that religion. And Lilith was more like Hestia of that religion. And yeah. But there's so many things that Christianity is guilty of. And Christianity is guilty of ripping off my religion in its entirety. Judaism is guilty of ripping off my religion as well, with the whole Pluton or Plutus. Plutus was the Greek god of finance. And as where Islam is guilty of ripping off my religion as well, with there being like 3 gods of war in my religion. Enyo, Athena, the Erisius, and Ares. Maybe 4 gods of war in my religion. That is attributed to Allah and Muhammad. And as where the Messiah role was stolen from me by Christianity. So yeah, that's one thing that the Abrahamic religions was guilty of.